Welcome to Many Faces, Many Places. I am your host, Roxy Lee. Yep, it's definitely happening. My very first podcast is out there for the universe now. Whenever I tell someone that I started a podcast and I'm trying to explain to them what it's about, well, I have such a hard time summing it up, but I will try to do my best for you in this trailer. So what's the point of this whole thing? You might be thinking,
great, another podcast?
What's unique about this one?
Well, honestly, all of those things went through my head as well. A repeating factor that kept going on in my mind was that since the world of podcasting is already so saturated, the last thing I would do is just simply bring more noise and add to that. If I were to start a podcast, I would have to make sure that it really truly brings value to the lives of the listeners, brings some laughter as well as some moral support. People at first assumed that I would just be making a podcast about nutrition.
So good and tasty.
Because I am a registered dietitian nutritionist, and nutrition and wellness is my very first passion. However, there is something else that I'm even more passionate about, and that is human connection. Plus, I don't like to be placed in a box, so I don't intend this to be a podcast just about relationships or just about traveling or just about health. I want it to be all of those things. I will never just focus on one area. So that's exactly what I intend this podcast to be, is a reflection of my life and what I'm interested at the moment. I want my podcast to be able to flow with the currents instead of being stringent and stuck in one category. I just think that there are neat people all around us if you just give them the time of day to speak their mind.
What do you think? I like turtles.
Literally, I can meet a random person and feel like I just want to know so much more about them, which is what inspired me to create this podcast. I truly feel an energy boost or feel rejuvenated after spending some good quality time with a good friend and we have a deep conversation. In fact, the high points throughout all of my travels are truly when I meet and connect with new and different fascinating people throughout all walks of life. I just love learning about all the different cultures and languages that I can get my hands on. I've also been told that I have this non-judgmental approach, so I aim to use that to act as a catalyst to connect you with people near and far through this creative platform. And I don't know about you personally, but I feel like nowadays we just want to hear content that is easy to listen to. And because of that, I aim to create honest and wholesome content that is easy to digest while also easy to relate to. I want to provide that authenticity that we're all craving, and maybe also some intrigue through our conversations and make you feel like you are in the room. Now, what to expect? In every episode, you will have a chance to hear from each of the voices of the guests that I will be bringing on board. These are people that are excited to share maybe about a craft that they've honed throughout years, maybe an area of expertise that they can impart some knowledge and wisdom and advice on. They might share a funny story that happened to them or a memorable life experience. These things can be out of the world, or they can be situations that are all too relatable. And perhaps something that you've actually gone through in your own personal life, but just didn't really know how to process it. And until then, you felt so alone in this void, but now you're able to hear something similar that happened to you through the lens of a different person's eyes and through someone else's voice. And maybe it will shed some new light into your own life and give you a new perspective. And absolutely, definitely 100% want to add some raw, unfiltered humor to your day. Let's be honest, that's what I'm here for too.
Yes! Yes!
I want to be able to provide a safe space and community for my guests and myself to just let loose and let it all out. And through this safe space and community that I aim to create, I hope to bring emotional depth as well as some good old entertainment along the way.
Try to think of something funny.
Oh, remember the funny movie where the dog dies?
I've noticed people that I know personally, they say,
Oh, Roxy, I saw your travel videos on your Facebook or Instagram story. I live vicariously through you.
that really got me taken aback at first, but then I realized oh, I guess people are interested. I'm not just posting things because I think they're cool. They are able to feel part of the conversation and feel that they're able to live vicariously through the stories that other people tell. And I realized that for people who may not have the time to travel internationally or physically be able to do something that they're interested about, maybe a certain hobby or a sport, that they're still able to have the opportunity to feel included and almost experience it through the voice of someone else. So through the future episodes that you will be listening to, I hope that it will help you gain new perspective, keep learning, and maybe find a new passion to pursue or learn about something that you never even thought about that you're interested in, but now all of a sudden you're finding to be of value, like organic farming, or maybe, hey, it's to self-publish your own book. Aside from the guest episodes, which I'm so excited about, I will also be squeezing in some of my very own episodes where I will just be flying solo. And this is the time I will take to talk about anything I feel the most led to share at the moment.
Hopefully it's not just me venting. I'll just give you a heads up.
Through this process, I also want to challenge myself to be the most real and genuine and authentic as I possibly can to be able to connect with you guys. Sometimes it might not be at a level that is typically comfortable in normal situations.
I'm in danger!
As you have gathered, my vision is to bring you genuine and thought-provoking conversations between real people with our very own unique quirks, humor, and flaws. I hope you like what you heard so far and want to take this adventure with me. So wherever you're listening to this podcast right now, make sure you hit follow so that you can stay tuned for new updates and new episodes. And again, I'm always welcome to feedback and questions as well, so you can always feel free to reach me. Until then, get ready to have some fun with the many faces of many places.